Every nerd ranked 208 Sega Activator. I wasn't a fan when this first dropped, but is it as bad as I remember?
Dude, I got the present.
Oh no, another shitty James! Shitty James! Shitty James! Why must I be cursed with all this shitty James? I expected it to be great like the NES Accessories or Power Glove episode, but this? I didn't get it. But luckily, there's a commentary track where James explains it to me.
It's a reenactment of how two children might play with games.
Great, but then why do I have a character who looks like he belongs on a list? And I don't mean Santa's list. Yeah. Most of the episode revolves around slapstick. Like, this part is funny. We've all had this experience doing seemingly great things with an accessory only to get our asses beat. But there's a lot left to be desired, and James' defensive-sounding commentary track suggests the fans pointed all that out.
There's some people who look down on slapstick and think slapstick is an inferior form of comedy. You can watch a Charlie Chaplin film from the 20s and it doesn't suffer any time gap.
James, I love you, but we can't compare this to one of the greatest performers of all time. Here's some brilliant Charlie Chaplin. Why does it work? Narrative tension. There's something at stake for Chaplin's tramp character. We're invested in the outcome. Like, there's a hilarious payoff when he tries to escape a lion only to find a tiger, or when he can't get rid of a baby that's not his, or when he needs to perform these gags to avoid the cops. Most of this slapstick is just guys hitting each other and then enjoying it.
And then he smirks, as if he likes the pain.
James, again, I love you, but what the fuck are you talking about? When did I start watching nerd episodes to enjoy creepy-looking men getting bizarre satisfaction from physical pain? It's not relatable. See, as with Chaplin, great AVGN has narrative tension at its heart, like the older Accessories episodes, where we learn how these accessories are meant to enhance the player's experience.
You rock back and forth, which controls the D-pad.
But feel the huge letdown delivered through the nerd's frustration.
This thing is the biggest shit biscuit I've ever seen. Adventure Island keeps walking right, Excitebike keeps going down. It's another hunk of plastic!
See, it's clear why you should care. But here in this episode, like when the activator keeps pausing, but the characters just move on without any frustration. It's weird. It's not human. It's not AVGN. And I know this is in the review of a commentary track, but he says some dubious things here.
Also, I really love these overhead shots.
Of what, your 3x4 room?
I'll be right back.
I don't know why that's so funny.
Nobody knows why you think that's so funny. But the reason this episode ranks so low is because those really attuned to AVGN noticed something off with this episode, and it's clearly expressed in the commentary.
My true intention is creating original content rather than just critiquing pre-existing content. I would feel no satisfaction if every single video was just me sitting on the couch talking about a game. Otherwise, it's just a job. That would get boring. At least I would get bored, and if I get bored, you'd notice. The videos would suffer.
And honestly, I just feel bad for James when he says that. See, episodes like this and Vegas Stakes, I wanted to love. I'd want for James to be able to experiment and for it to work brilliantly. But sometimes, the thing that made him the most famous isn't the right vehicle for the things he wants to do creatively. I started this list many years ago, back when I liked almost every episode. I stopped around the time this came out. It was a turning point episode for me. And I didn't want to rank some of the later episodes that I really didn't like. Years later, my thinking evolved a bit. And I'm doing the nerd on the nerd as kind of an homage, while also examining why I think an episode works great and why I think it doesn't. Thank you for taking the ride with me.